So, what's the most you ever lost in a coin toss? I mean, to me, that had been like a few little dumb bets, something like that. I think one time in a coin toss, I had bets like push-ups and stuff like that. Me and my boys used to do that. But one thing for sure it's never been is everything.
Don't. No, don't you talk it until you walked it. And I say,
Whenever y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy KCMIA with MIA Media, and today we are going to do a review of one of my favorite movies of all time, No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men is a 2007 crime thriller / modern western. It's directed by Ethan and Joel Coen, who also are known as the Coen brothers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have much experience with westerns, right? When I first heard about this movie and heard it was kind of a more modern take on a western, I was like, them old movies my mama used to watch on like TV Land or something like that. Like, man, I'm not watching that. I'm not too intrigued by that. Boy, was I wrong. Because whatever I assumed a western movie was going to be, it was not that. This movie attacks themes of fate beautifully. The inevitability of whatever is going to happen to you is going to happen to you, man.
Call it.
Call it.
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you.
And that is essentially why I started off with the whole coin flip thing, because that coin flip scene in that movie, it plays a big part in the overall theme of what the movie is saying. And also, it really has an interesting approach to showing the differences of how crime has escalated in America over the years, right? And I often speak about that a lot, especially within the Black community, of how things were one way, and then as time has progressed, the culture has just gotten progressively more violent and more desensitized to said violence. And it's even wilder because you would never expect to see Thanos in a western. I mean, it's the guy who plays him, at least. Josh Brolin plays Llewellyn Moss. He's like an everyday man who's like a welder and a Vietnam vet, and he's just going out hunting and then stumbles across a drug deal that just went terribly wrong and pretty much everybody's gone. So what he decides to do is take the things they left behind, mainly the millions of dollars in cash. But when he takes that money, that unleashes one of the most terrifying villains in cinematic history on him. And that person is Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem to perfection. And I don't mean that hyperbolically. They actually did a study. I think they got like some psychologists or something to watch a whole bunch of movies, and they asked them, what's the most accurate portrayal of a psychopath in cinematic history? Anton Chigurh won that. And rounding out our main cast, we have Tommy Lee Jones, who plays a sheriff who is basically on the tail of the hitman who's on the tail of Moss. And that dynamic creates such tension-filled moments throughout the entire movie. You're on the edge of your seats in so many parts. It almost feels as if you can't really relax ever in the movie, which puts you directly in the seat of Moss as he's trying to get away from what some say is the personification of death. One of the things I like most about this movie is there are no givens. You know, when you see a movie like this, when you establish who's the hero, when you establish who's the villains, there's certain plot points you expect to occur. This movie flips a lot of that on its head. Another phrase for that is subverting expectations. And this movie, No Country for Old Men, does it to perfection. Another aspect I love about this movie, which I probably like the second best after the amazing villain portrayal, is the dialogue. So many scenes in this movie that I often go back and just watch the clips on YouTube, because just the way they're talking, the things they're saying, all of it can be like captions on pictures or flipped into bars to say in the song. It's such poignant shit that they're saying.
If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
Do you have any idea how crazy you are?
You mean the nature of this conversation?
I mean the nature of you.
It's almost like you're watching philosophers have conversations in certain aspects of the movie. It's great to watch. It's like it reels you in. You're like stuck in it. And another aspect that I really enjoyed about the movie was pretty much how I had no score. I think there may have been slight moments here and there. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much throughout the whole movie, there isn't a score. So they don't have to rely on the big bombs and the ooh, like tension noises to kind of get you on the edge of your seat. It's just the acting. It's just what the actors would go through. And it's also based off of a book. So to me, that kind of equates it closer with a book. Because you know, as you're reading a book, it's not like you're getting a score. It's just you're getting whatever the book is displaying to you, and you're kind of filtering that in your mind to project it however you see it in your mind because you don't have a visual. But they're giving you the visual and still not giving you any extra sounds, just the visual and what you would see from what you read in the book. I think that's amazing. And the movie is shot beautifully. Like if you just look at the way the Coen brothers put so much effort and thought into each shot, it looks really good. The final product is perfection. So yeah, you've heard me say the word numerous times throughout this video as far as perfection goes. So I think you know what my rating is going to be. But I just can't help it. The pacing, the acting, the way the story is displayed, the cinematography, every aspect of film is done to its highest level in this. The villain being even higher than perfection. I honestly think Anton Chigurh is top 3 villains in movie history for me. Personally, what I enjoy out of villains, I think I probably have Heath Ledger's Joker, Agent Smith from The Matrix, and Anton Chigurh. Thanos is kind of up there as well. The Terminator villain is up there as well. Anton Chigurh is definitely in my top 3. He's one of the best villain portrayals ever. There's just so many videos that you can just go look up on YouTube of his character specifically, just because of how amazing that character and the portrayal of him was. From the outfit to the haircut to the menacing way he spoke to the things that he did. Everything about this movie, its villain is perfection, and I have to give it a 7-star Dragon Ball out of 7. If you have not seen No Country for Old Men, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now. Take some time to yourself. Go watch No Country for Old Men. It is literally one of the best movies in modern cinema, and I would say honestly ever. It's probably my top 10, maybe even top 5 favorite movies ever. I really appreciate you guys for watching this. If you enjoyed my review of No Country for Old Men, please subscribe below, like the channel so you can get alerted whenever there are new videos being made. I will try to make sure I'm consistent from here on out and try to be doing at least 1 video and 1 upload a week, and I will try to get to 2. And the more you guys subscribe and share it with your friends and view it, the more I can invest time into doing this and building this more for you guys. I really appreciate it. If you have any suggestion of some movies you would like for me to review, please comment down below. But if you have nothing else, at least have a good day and know you are loved.